Imagine you are sitting in a movie theater. The screen is huge, the sound is immersive, and the story is gripping. You are watching a character who looks exactly like you. You watch them wake up, brush their teeth, drive to work, talk to people, and come home. You are fascinated by the plot. You are judging their decisions. You are worried about what will happen to them in the next scene. You are so absorbed in the movie that you have completely forgotten that you were sitting in a chair. You have forgotten the popcorn in your hand. You have forgotten your own body. This is how most of us live our entire lives. The movie is the stream of thoughts in your head. The character is your ego or your self-concept. And the theater is the present moment. You are so lost in the movie of my life, the drama of the past, the thriller of the future that you are missing the actual reality of sitting in the chair. You are missing the taste of the popcorn. You are missing the sensation of being alive. You are sleepwalking through your own existence, dreaming that you are awake. Tonight, we are going to turn on the lights in the theater. We are going to wake up from the dream of thought and step into the vibrant, high-definition reality of the now. We are going to explore the profound Buddhist teaching that the present moment is not just a stepping stone to the future. It is the only place where life exists. It is the only place where happiness is possible. If you are not happy here, you will not be happy there, because there never arrives. When you get there, it will be here. So, if you don't know how to be happy here, you are trapped. Let us begin by diagnosing the condition that plagues almost every modern human: destination addiction. This is the belief that happiness is a destination. We convince ourselves that our life will finally begin when we get the promotion, when we find the partner, when we lose 10 pounds, when the kids grow up, when we retire. We treat the present moment as an obstacle to be overcome, or a waiting room to be endured. We are constantly leaning forward, trying to get to the good part. But this is a tragedy, because while you are leaning forward, waiting for the good part, your actual life is slipping through your fingers. You are drinking a cup of coffee, but you are not tasting it because you are thinking about the meeting at 9 a.m. You are driving your car, but you are not seeing the trees because you are arguing with your spouse in your head. You are hugging your child, but you are not feeling their warmth because you are worrying about the bills. You are physically present, but spiritually absent. You are a ghost haunting your own life. The Buddha called this state *avidya*, or ignorance. It is the ignorance of ignoring the reality in front of you in favor of a fantasy inside you. To awaken is to realize that there is no someday. There is only an eternal now. The past is a memory trace in the brain. It is not real. The future is a neural projection. It is not real. The only thing that is real, the only thing you can touch, smell, taste, and experience is this exact second. There is a famous Zen story that perfectly encapsulates the art of living in the now, even when life is difficult. It is the story of the tiger and the strawberry. A man was walking across a field when he encountered a magnificent, terrifying tiger. The tiger roared and charged. The man ran as fast as he could, the tiger snapping at his heels. He came to the edge of a steep cliff. Trapped, he grabbed the root of a wild vine and swung himself over the edge. He hung there, suspended in the air. Above him, the tiger glared over the cliff edge, growing. Below him, hundreds of feet down, another tiger prowled, waiting for him to fall. The man looked at the vine. Two mice, one white and one black, were slowly gnawing away at the vine. It was thinning by the second. In that moment of absolute peril, hanging between death above and death below, with time running out, the man saw a small, wild strawberry growing from a crack in the cliff face. Holding the vine with one hand, he reached out and plucked the strawberry. He put it in his mouth. He closed his eyes and smiled. "How sweet," he said. This story often confuses the Western mind. We think, is he crazy? He is about to die. He should be screaming. He should be trying to kill the mice. He should be panicking. But the Zen master asks, what good would screaming do? The tiger is inevitable. The fall is inevitable. The mice, representing day and night, the passage of time, are inevitable. The man realized that he could spend his last moments in terror, mentally fighting a reality he could not change. Or he could spend his last moment fully tasting the sweetness of life. He chose the strawberry. He chose the now. Most of us have no tigers chasing us. We have comfortable beds, refrigerators full of food, and safety. Yet, we rarely taste the strawberry. We are too busy worrying about the tigers of our imagination. What if the economy crashes? What if I get sick? What if they don't like me? We let the imaginary tigers steal the real strawberries. The strawberry is your morning tea. It is the smile of your dog. It is the feeling of fresh sheets. It is the color of the sky. These moments of sweetness are available to you thousands of times a day. But you have to reach out and pluck them. You have to be there to taste them. To be present is to stop fighting the tigers of the mind and start eating the fruit of the moment. It requires a shift in identity. You must shift from being the narrator to being the experiencer. The narrator is the voice in your head that comments on everything. This coffee is too cold. That car is ugly. I am tired. The narrator is always judging, labeling, and comparing. The experiencer just feels asterisk. It feels the warmth. It sees the red color. It hears the sound. It does not judge. It just knows. When you switch to the experiencer, the world becomes vivid. The colors get brighter. The sounds get sharper. You feel alive because you have removed the filter of judgment. Let's look at the concept of boredom. Boredom is a modern disease. It is the inability to sit with the present moment. We feel bored when the present moment doesn't match the stimulation we crave. We are addicted to dopamine. We want the fireworks. So when we are just sitting in a waiting room or washing dishes, we say, "This is boring," and we reach for the phone. We reach for the escape hatch. But Zen teaches that there are no boring moments. There are only bored minds. If you look deeply at a plain white wall, it is not boring. There are shadows. There are textures. There is light playing on the surface. If you are bored, it means you are not looking closely enough. You are looking with your mind, which says wall, not with your eyes, which see light and pattern. Attention turns the mundane into the miraculous. When you pay attention to the dishes, the warmth of the water, the iridescence of the bubbles, the squeak of the clean plate washing dishes becomes a sensory adventure. It becomes a dance, but you have to show up for the dance. Thich Nhat Hanh, the great Buddhist teacher, famously said, "Wash the dishes to wash the dishes. Don't wash the dishes to get them done so you can go watch TV. If you wash the dishes just to get them done, you are not living during the time you are washing. You are incapable of living in that moment. And if you are incapable of living in that moment, when you finally get to the TV, you won't be able to live in that moment either. You will be thinking about going to bed. You will be dragged through life by the nose, always one step ahead of yourself, never settling into the peace of what is happening. Wash the dishes to wash the dishes means make the action the goal. There is no future goal. The goal is asterisk this asterisk. The goal is the bubble. The goal is the breath. When the means become the end, you are free. You are no longer waiting. You have arrived. The present moment is also the only place where you can access power. You cannot act in the past. You cannot act in the future. You can only act now. If you are worrying about a presentation next week, you are leaking power. You are sending your energy to a time that doesn't exist, leaving you weak in the present. But if you bring all your attention to preparing the presentation right now, you are powerful. Anxiety is a waste of imagination. It is using your creative power to design a future you don't want. Presence is the focused application of power. When you are fully present, you are charismatic. People are drawn to you. Have you ever spoken to someone who was looking at their phone or looking over your shoulder? It feels terrible. Now think of someone who looked you in the eye and listened to every word. It feels magnetic. Presence is the greatest gift you can give to another human being. It is saying, "I am here with you. Nowhere else, just us." That is love. Love is attention. But why is it so hard? Why does the mind resist the now like a magnet pushing away from the same pole? Because the ego cannot survive in the now. The ego needs time. It needs the past to give it an identity. I am the person who achieved this, or I am the person who suffered that. And it needs the future to give it salvation. One day I will be important. In the now, there is no story. There is just being. There is just breathing, sensing, existing. To the ego, this feels like death. The ego screams, but what about my problems? What about my plans? You can't just sit here and breathe. We have things to do. It feels unsafe to just be. This is why we have to practice. We have to train the mind like a puppy. Stay. The puppy runs to the future. Stay. The puppy runs to the past. Stay. Gently. Without anger. Just bringing the attention back to the breath. Back to the hands. Back to the room. Let's use the metaphor of the menu versus the meal. Alan Watts, the philosopher who popularized Eastern wisdom in the West, often said that we confuse the menu with the meal. Thoughts are the menu. They are descriptions of reality. They are symbols. Words. The present moment is the meal. It is the reality itself. You cannot eat a menu. It has no nutrition. It tastes like paper. But we spend our lives eating the menu. We obsess over the asterisk description asterisk of our lives rather than the asterisk taste asterisk of our lives. We worry about our reputation menu. We worry about our net worth menu. We worry about our status menu. Meanwhile, the sunset is happening meal. The soup is hot meal. The music is playing meal. Put down the menu. Eat the meal. Stop describing your life to yourself and start feeling it. Get out of your head and get into your senses. The senses are the portal. They are the 5 gates to the kingdom of heaven. Heaven is not a place you go when you die. Heaven is a frequency you tune into when you are fully alive. Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is spread upon the earth, but men do not see it." Why don't we see it? Because we are looking at our phones. We are looking at our worries. Look at a tree. Really look at it. Not just a glance to categorize it as oak tree. Look at the bark, the texture, the way the light hits the leaves, the stillness of it. If you look at a tree without naming it, without judging it, you will feel a sudden stillness inside you. The stillness of the tree resonates. With the stillness in you, you have merged with the moment. That is the kingdom. It is available everywhere. In a traffic jam, look at the light reflecting off the bumper in front of you. It is just light. It is beautiful. In the grocery store, look at the colors of the peppers. Red, yellow, green, vibrant. If you look with the eyes of a newborn baby, the world is a psychedelic wonderland. We have just become habituated. We have fallen asleep. Wake up, the Buddha says. Wake up to the wonder. Let's address the fear that if I am present, I won't get anything done. I will become a vegetable. This is a common misunderstanding. Being present does not mean being passive. It means being effective. When you are present, you don't procrastinate. Procrastination is fear of the future. This task will be hard. That is a future thought. In the present, there is no hard. There is just do. You pick up the pen. You write the sentence. You put on the shoes. You run the mile. You don't think about the marathon. You think about the step. The most productive people in the world are often the most present. They focus entirely on the task at hand. They enter the flow state. Flow is just active meditation. It is high-speed mindfulness. You lose the sense of self and you become the action. The dancer becomes the dance. The writer becomes the words. This is the peak of human experience, and it is only found in the now. We often use the phrase killing time. I have an hour to kill before my flight. Think about the violence of that phrase. Killing time. Killing life. Time is the raw material of your existence. It is the most precious, non-renewable resource you have. To kill it is a crime against your own soul. Don't kill time. Fill time. Fill it with awareness. If you have an hour in the airport, don't just scroll mindlessly. Watch the people. Wonder about their stories. Feel the excitement of travel. Taste your coffee. Read a book and really absorb the words. Turn the waiting into living. There is no such thing as waiting. There is only being. You are not waiting for the flight. You are being in the airport. When you shift this perspective, impatience vanishes. Impatience is simply the refusal to be where you are. I am here, but I want to be there. This internal split creates tension. Heal the split. I am here, and I choose to be here. Even if here is the dentist's chair. I am here. This is my reality right now. I accept it. The moment you accept it, the suffering diminishes. Let's talk about the golden cage of nostalgia. Sometimes we escape the present not by worrying about the future, but by romanticizing the past. I was so happy back then. Those were the good old days. This seems harmless, but it steals the joy from today. It compares the reality of now with the fantasy of then. The past is always a fantasy because we edit it. We remember the highlights and forget the boredom and the toothaches. When you live in nostalgia, you are telling the universe, what you are giving me today is not good enough. You are rejecting the gift of today, and today has its own unique flavor. It will never come again. 10 years from now, you might look back at asterisk today asterisk as the good old days. Oh, remember when my knees didn't hurt? Remember when the kids were that age? Don't wait 10 years to appreciate today. Appreciate it while it is happening. Catch the moment while it is fresh. Consider the impermanence of all things. Asterisk Anika asterisk. This is the core Buddhist teaching that everything changes. This sounds sad, but it is actually the source of beauty. A plastic flower is ugly because it lasts forever. A real rose is beautiful because it wilts. The fleeting nature of the moment is what gives it value. Your child will only be this age for 1 year. This sunset will only last for 10 minutes. This gathering of friends will never happen exactly this way again. When you realize that everything is dissolving as it is happening, you hold it more dearly. You pay attention. You drink it in. If you knew this was the last time you would ever drink a cup of coffee, how would you drink it? You would savor every molecule. You wouldn't be checking your email. Live as if it is the last time, because one day, it will be. This isn't morbid. It is vitalizing. It shocks you awake. Let's explore the inner body as an anchor. Eckhart Tolle teaches that one of the best ways to stay present is to feel the energy field inside your body. Can you feel your hands without touching anything? There is a slight tingling, a warmth, a vibration. That is the aliveness of your inner body. Can you feel your feet, your chest? When you keep a part of your attention on the inner body, you are anchored in the now. You can listen to a conversation and feel your hands at the same time. This splits your attention so the ego cannot take over completely. It keeps you grounded. It is like having a root system that goes deep into the earth. The winds of thought can blow, but the tree doesn't fall. We are often time poor because we are rushing. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to watch the sunset. But time is elastic. Have you ever noticed that when you are in a car accident or a moment of high intensity, time slows down? It feels like minutes, but it is only seconds. Why? Because you are hyper alert. You are hyper present. When you are present, time expands. When you are distracted, time shrinks. A week of mindless routine flies by in a blur. Where did the month go? But a week of travel, of new experiences, of vivid presence, feels like a month. If you want a longer life, you don't necessarily need more years. You need more presence. You can live 1,000 years in a single day if you are fully awake to every second. Be a time millionaire, not by hoarding time, but by deepening it. The breath is the ultimate tool. The breath is the bridge between the mind and the body. The mind can be in 1990. The body is in 2025. The breath connects them. When you take a conscious breath, you force the mind to come home to the body. I am breathing in. I know I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I know I am breathing out. This simple mantra is a revolution. It stops the wheel of karma. It stops the runaway train of thought. In that one breath, you are free. And if you can be free for one breath, you can be free for the next. Freedom is just a string of conscious breaths. We search for the miracle. We want to see angels, or levitation, or magic. But the Zen master says, my miracle is that when I am hungry, I eat, and when I am tired, I sleep. The miracle is normal life. The fact that you have a body that works is a miracle. The fact that water comes out of the tap is a miracle. The fact that the sun rises is a miracle. We are swimming in miracles, but we are looking for special effects. The awakening is not seeing new things. It is seeing the same things with new eyes. It is the cleansing of the doors of perception. When the doors are clean, everything is infinite. A grain of sand is a universe. Let's discuss the gap of no mind. Between every two thoughts, there is a tiny gap. Thought, gap, thought. Usually, the gap is so small we miss it. But meditation widens the gap. The gap is silence. The gap is peace. When you look at a beautiful sunset, for a second, the mind stops. Wow. And that wow, there is no thought. There is just pure perception. That is the gap. You feel happy in that moment not because of the sunset, but because the sunset stopped the noise in your head. The happiness comes from the cessation of the monkey mind. You can access the gap without the sunset. You can access it by simply noticing the silence between sounds. Listen to the traffic. Now listen to the silence underneath the traffic. Listen to the space in the room. Space is not empty. It is alive. When you focus on space or silence, the mind slows down. It mimics what it is watching. Watch stillness. Become still. We often feel that the present moment is not enough. This is it. Just sitting here. Yes, this is it. If you cannot find satisfaction in the simple fact of existence, you will never find it in the accumulation of things. Because things come and go, existence remains. The joy of being sat chitananda is independent of external circumstances. It is the joy of feeling your own aliveness. I am. That is the most powerful statement. Not I am rich, I am smart, I am successful. Just I am. Rest in the I am. It is a warm, humming, golden feeling in the chest. It is the feeling of God inside you. God is not in the past. God is not in the future. God is the eternal now. To be present is to be with God. There is a barrier called judgment. We label the moment. This is a bad moment. This is a good moment. When we label it bad, we resist it. We contract. Zen teaches us to drop the labels. It is not a bad moment. It is just a moment of rain. It is not a bad moment. It is just a moment of waiting. When you drop the adjective, the noun becomes neutral. And when it is neutral, you can experience it without suffering. Suffering comes from the story this shouldn't be happening. Presence says, this is happening. Acceptance of the now eliminates the friction. Imagine you are floating down a river. If you turn around and try to swim upstream to the past, you struggle and drown. If you try to grab a branch ahead of you, the future, to pull yourself faster, you miss the scenery. If you just float, you are carried. The universe is carrying you. You don't have to drive the universe. You just have to ride it. Relax your grip on the wheel. The present moment is the current dot. Trust it. It knows where it is going. As we move toward the midpoint of this awakening, I want you to check your posture. Are you leaning forward, rushing to the future? Are you slumping back, collapsing into the past? Sit upright, vertical. The vertical line represents the now. It intersects the horizontal line of time. Be the vertical line. Alert, dignified. Present. Your spine is an antenna. Tune it to the frequency of here. We are going to go deeper into how to apply this to the most difficult parts of life: pain, anxiety, and boredom. But for now, just acknowledge the victory of being here. You are listening. You are breathing. You are safe. That is enough. That is everything. If you are beginning to feel a shift, a slight opening in the chest, or a quietness in the mind, this is the first sign of awakening. You are stepping out of the dream. I invite you to subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you are making a commitment to your own awakening. You are joining a community of souls who are choosing to be awake in a sleeping world. Click the button as an act of intention. I am here. I am ready. Now, let us turn our attention to the art of deep listening. Listening is one of the most powerful forms of mindfulness. Usually, when we listen, we are just waiting for our turn to speak. We are formulating our response. This is not listening. This is reloading. Deep listening means emptying your mind of your own agenda and becoming a vessel for the other person's words. You listen not just to the words, but to the emotion underneath. You listen to the silence between the words. When you listen like this, you heal the other person. Being heard is so close to being loved that for the average person, they are almost indistinguishable. Try it today. Listen to someone until they are completely empty. Don't interrupt. Don't advise. Just receive. You will see them transform before your eyes. They will soften. They will open. And you will feel a deep connection that is impossible when you are reloading. We also need to practice mindful eating. This is the most accessible practice because we do it 3 times a day. Usually, we eat while watching TV, or checking messages, or driving. We shovel food into our mouths without tasting it. We are feeding the body, but starving the soul. Try this. Eat 1 meal alone, in silence. No phone. No book. Look at the food. See the colors. Think about where it came from: the sun, the rain, the farmer, the truck driver. The whole universe collaborated to put this meal on your plate. Smell it. Take a bite. Put the fork down. Chew slowly. Feel the texture change. Taste the burst of flavor. Swallow. Feel it going down into your stomach. If you eat like this, you will eat less, but you will feel more satisfied. You will be nourished on a deep level. The Zen master says, when you eat an orange, really eat the orange. Don't eat your problems. There is a practice called walking meditation. ***. This is not walking to get somewhere. This is walking to walk. Walk slower than usual. Coordinate your breath with your steps. Inhale a step, step. Exhale a step, step. Feel the contact of your foot with the earth. Imagine that with every step, you are kissing the earth. Imagine that with every step, peace flowers are blooming under your feet when you walk like this. You arrive with every step. You are not walking *** peace. You are walking *** peace. This transforms a trip to the grocery store into a pilgrimage. You can do this anywhere. In the hallway at work, in the parking lot. Reclaim the territory of your life with mindful steps. Let's address the Sunday scaries or the anxiety of the next thing. We often ruin Sunday because we are dreading Monday. We ruin the evening because we are dreading the morning. This is madness. You are suffering Monday twice. Once in your imagination on Sunday, and once in reality on Monday. Actually, you are suffering it 1,000 times in your imagination. Why pay interest on a debt you haven't even accrued yet? When the Sunday anxiety comes, say to yourself, is it Monday right now? No, it is Sunday. I will enjoy Sunday. Build a firewall between the days. Tonight I am off duty. The problems of tomorrow belong to tomorrow me. Tomorrow me is capable. I trust him to handle it. Tonight me is resting. Defend your rest. Rest is not laziness. It is fuel. We often think that acceptance means resignation. If I accept the present moment, I will never change anything. I will stay in a bad situation. No, acceptance is the prerequisite for change. If you are lost in the woods, you first have to accept I am lost. Only then can you check the compass and find the way out. If you deny you are lost, no, I'm not lost. I'm fine. You will walk in circles and die. Acceptance is sanity. This is the situation. It is what it is. From that place of clarity, effective action arises. Action born of denial or resistance is chaotic. Action born of acceptance is precise. You can accept the mud and still plant a lotus. Let's talk about beginner's mind. ***. The expert's mind is full. It has no room for new things. The beginner's mind is empty. It is open to everything. We walk through our house and we think we know it. That's the chair. That's the window. We stop seeing. We just see the labels. Try to look at your partner as if you are meeting them for the first time. Drop the history. Drop the assumptions. Look at their face, the lines, the eyes. You will see a stranger, a beautiful stranger. Familiarity breeds contempt. Beginner's mind breeds wonder. Refresh your screen. Wake up in the morning and say, I have never lived this day before. I don't know what will happen. I am open. This brings a sense of adventure to the most routine day. We are often trapped in if only. If only I had more money. If only I hadn't said that. If only is a poison pill. It rejects reality in favor of a fantasy that doesn't exist. Replace if only with even so. I don't have enough money. Even so. I am rich in health. I made a mistake. Even so. I learned a lesson. Even so accepts the reality and pivots to the positive. It grounds you in what you do have, rather than what you lack. Abundance is not a number in the bank. Abundance is a feeling of enough. If you have breath, you have enough. If you have eyes to see the sky, you have enough. Start counting your blessings, not your troubles. The list of blessings is always longer. Let's do a visualization of the river of time. Imagine you are sitting on the bank of a river. The water flowing past you is the present. The water upstream is the future. The water downstream is the past. Most people are running upstream, trying to catch the water before it arrives. Or they are chasing the water downstream, trying to bring it back. Just sit on the bank. Dip your toes in the water right in front of you. Feel the cool, refreshing current. You don't have to catch the water. It is coming to you. The future will become the present on its own. You don't have to drag it, relax. Let the river flow. Everything you need is floating towards you. We must also consider the pain of resistance. Pain x resistance equals suffering. If you have a headache pain level 5 and you resist it, I hate this. Why today? It's ruining everything. Your suffering becomes level 10. If you have a headache pain level 5 and you accept it, I have a headache, I will rest. Your suffering remains level 5. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. When you stop fighting the pain, it often diminishes. It changes from a monster to a sensation. It is just a sensation. It is throbbing. It is heat. Investigate the sensation with curiosity. When you look directly at a ghost, it vanishes. When you look directly at pain with mindfulness, it loses its terror. The little things are the big things. We wait for the wedding, the graduation, the promotion. But life is mostly made of Tuesdays. It is made of making coffee, driving to work, folding laundry. If you can't find joy in the Tuesdays, you will miss 90% of your life. The wedding lasts one day. The marriage is 1,000 Tuesdays. Find the romance in the routine. Light a candle for dinner on a Tuesday. Use the good china for pizza. Wear your favorite dress to the grocery store. Stop saving your life for a special occasion. Being alive * is * the special occasion. Celebrate the ordinary. That is the secret of the saints. Let's talk about single tasking. Multitasking is a myth. The brain cannot do two things at once. It just switches back and forth rapidly. This creates attention residue and exhaustion. Do one thing at a time, read, then eat, then talk. Not all three at once. When you single task, you dignify the task. You give it your full respect, and you finish it faster and better. Slow down to speed up. Zen is the art of doing one thing with your whole being. When you pour tea, just pour tea. Don't pour tea and plan the invasion of a country. Just pour tea. The universe fits into a teacup if you are present. The concept of *way effortless action. This is the state of being in the zone. It happens when the doer disappears and only the doing remains. You don't try to be present. You just relax into presence. It is like falling asleep. You can't try to fall asleep. You have to let go. You can't try to be happy. You have to let go of the reasons to be unhappy. Happiness is your natural state. It is like a cork held underwater. The water is your worry. If you let go of the cork, it naturally flows to the surface. You don't have to teach the cork how to float. You just have to stop holding it down. Stop holding yourself down with heavy thoughts. Let go. You will float. There is a sound in the universe called the * anahata nada *, the unstruck sound. It is the sound of silence. You can hear it when it is very quiet. It sounds like a high-pitched hum or a vibration. This is the sound of your own nervous system, or perhaps the sound of existence itself. Tune into it. When you listen to that internal hum, thoughts stop. It is a great anchor. It is always with you. In a noisy meeting, you can tune into that subtle background frequency. It reminds you that you are not the noise. You are the receiver. We are afraid of missing out FOMO. But by being on our phones to see what everyone else is doing, we are missing out on our own lives. We are missing the joy of missing out JOMO, the joy of being disconnected from the hive mind and connected to your own soul. Turn it off. Be unavailable to the world and available to yourself. You owe yourself your own attention. You have given pieces of yourself to everyone, your boss, your kids, your friends, the internet. Gather your pieces back. Become whole again. Sit in the center of your own life. As we move towards the next phase, I want you to feel the weight of your body on the chair. Feel gravity. Gravity is the earth hugging you. It is holding you so you don't fly off into space. Feel held. You don't have to hold yourself up. You are supported by a massive planet. Relax your muscles. Let the chair do the work. Let the earth do the work. Surrender to the support that is already there. You are here. Nowhere else. Just here. And here is beautiful. And as you surrender to the support of the earth, you begin to realize that this moment, right now, is not just a slice of time. It is a doorway. It is the only doorway you will ever have to enter the infinite. The past is a locked door. You cannot go back. The future is a wall. You cannot walk through it. The present is the open door. Walk through it. When you walk through the door of the now, you meet yourself, not the self on your ID card, not the self with a job title, but the deep, timeless self that has been watching you since you were a child. Have you ever noticed that the eye who looked out of your eyes when you were 5 years old feels exactly the same as the eye looking out of your eyes now? Your body has changed, your mind has changed, your world has changed. But the watcher is the same. That watcher lives in the eternal now. When you align with the watcher, you become ageless. You step out of time. Let us explore the concept of waiting a little deeper. We treat waiting as a nuisance. I hate waiting in line. I hate waiting for the traffic light. But waiting is actually a spiritual gem. It is an opportunity to practice patience and presence. Next time you are in a line, instead of checking your phone or tapping your foot, say to yourself, I am not waiting. I am standing. Standing is an action. It is a valid way to be alive. Feel your feet. Look around at the other people. Smile. Suddenly, you are not suffering the delay. You are enjoying a pause. The universe has given you a 2-minute break from the rat race. Take it. Transform waiting into pausing. The energy shifts instantly from irritation to rest. We often talk about spending time, but we should talk about investing time. When you worry, you are spending time on a bad investment. You get zero return. When you savor a moment, you are investing time in your soul. The return is joy, memory, and gratitude. Be a smart investor. Invest your attention in things that pay dividends of peace. The sunset pays dividends. The worry does not. There is a Zen teaching. When you sit, sit. When you stand, stand. Above all, don't wobble. Wobbling is indecision. It is being half in, half out. I'm playing with my kids, but I'm thinking about work. That is wobbling. I'm working, but I'm thinking about vacation. That is wobbling. Stop wobbling. Commit to the moment. If you are working, work with 100% intensity. If you are resting, rest with 100% laziness. Don't dilute your life. Drink it straight. Let's look at the tyranny of the to-do list. We think we will be happy when the list is empty. Here is a secret. The list will never be empty. As long as you are alive, there will be things to do. If you wait for the empty list to be happy, you will die waiting. You have to find happiness asterisk in the middle asterisk of the list. You have to find calm asterisk while asterisk the laundry is piling up. The laundry is not an obstacle to peace. It is just laundry. Peace is an internal setting, independent of the external workload. You can be a peaceful warrior in the middle of a battle. We are often afraid of silence. When there is a lull in conversation, we get nervous. We say something stupid just to fill the air. When we are home alone, we turn on the TV just to hear voices. Why? Because silence forces us to face ourselves. And we are afraid of what we might find. We are afraid of the loneliness. But if you push through the loneliness, you find solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone. In solitude, you realize you are whole. You are company for yourself. Befriend the silence. It is not empty. It is full of you. Let's practice micro-mindfulness. You don't need to meditate for an hour to get the benefits. You can do 1-minute meditations all day long. Before you start the car, 1 minute of breathing. Before you eat lunch, 1 minute of looking at the food. Before you sleep, 1 minute of gratitude. These tiny islands of mindfulness create an archipelago of peace in your day. They break the momentum of stress. They remind you to come back home. There is a beautiful Japanese concept called ichigo ichi one time, one meeting. It originated in the tea ceremony. It means this encounter will never happen again, even if we meet the same people in the same room next week. We will be older, different, the light will be different. This specific moment is unique in the history of the universe. Treat it with reverence. Don't throw it away. When you look at your friend, think ichigo ichi It brings a poignancy, a sweetness, a depth to the interaction. It stops you from taking things for granted. Nothing is granted. Everything is a temporary gift. We often think happiness comes from adding a car, adding a lover, adding a degree. But Zen teaches happiness comes from subtracting the desire for things to be different, subtracting the fear, subtracting the noise. When you subtract the clouds, the sun is already there. You don't have to manufacture the sun. You just have to clear the sky. Happiness is your default setting. It is what remains when the suffering is removed. Let's address the narrative of the victim. My past ruined my present. This is a heavy story. It changed you to a ghost. The past has no power over the now unless you give it power. The past is a thought you are thinking right now . If you stop thinking the thought, the past disappears. You are brand new in this second. Your cells are regenerating. Your breath is fresh. You can make a new choice right now. Do not let a dead history dictate a living future. Drop the heavy bag. Walk light. We are often human doings instead of human beings. We derive our worth from what we produce. I did a lot today, so I am good. I did nothing today, so I am bad. This is the logic of a machine, not a soul. Your value is intrinsic. It is not something you earn. It is something you or . A baby doesn't do anything. It just lies there and poops. Yet it is infinitely valuable. It is loved. You are that baby. You are valuable just because you exist. Rest in your worthiness. You don't have to hustle for it. Let's visualize the circle of control. Draw a circle in your mind. Inside the circle, your thoughts, your actions, your words, your breath. Outside the circle, the weather, the traffic, other people's opinions, the past, the future. Anxiety happens when you try to control what is outside the circle. Peace happens when you focus entirely on what is inside the circle. Master your own garden. Let the world take care of itself. When you focus inward, you become potent. When you focus outward, you become impotent. Stay in your circle. We often say, I'm just trying to get through the week. Don't get through your life. Experience it. Getting through implies it is an ordeal. Treat your life like a song. You don't listen to a song just to get to the end. You don't rush to the final note. The joy is in the melody, the rhythm, the dancing while the music plays. Your life is music. Dance now. Don't wait for the finale. The finale is death. Enjoy the verse. Enjoy the chorus. Sing along. Let's look at gratitude not as a chore, but as a lens. Wear gratitude glasses. Look around the room right now. Find 5 things that are not trying to kill you. Find 5 things that are serving you. The light bulb, the floor, the roof, the clothes on your body, the water in your glass. We are surrounded by silent servants. Acknowledge them. Thank you, chair, for holding me. Thank you, light, for letting me see. When you say thank you, you vibrate with abundance. You realize you are rich. A wealthy person is not someone who has a lot. It is someone who needs little and appreciates everything. Be that person. The concept of amor fati, love of fate. This is a Stoic idea that aligns with Zen. Love whatever happens. Don't just bear it. Love it. If you lose your job, say, good. A chance to reinvent myself. If it rains, say, good. A cozy day inside. Turn every obstacle into an opportunity. This makes you anti-fragile. Life cannot hurt you. If you decide to use everything as fuel, you become a fire. The wind that blows out a candle energizes a fire. Be the fire. Let's do a senses check-in right now. What do you see? Shapes, colors, light. What do you hear? Voice, silence. What do you feel? temperature, texture. Wait, what do you smell? What do you taste? Drop out of the mind and into the five senses. The senses are always in the present. They are your anchors. Whenever you feel yourself floating away into anxiety, grab onto a sense. I see blue. I feel cold. It snaps you back instantly. We often think that enlightenment is a lightning bolt, but often it is a gradual dawn. It is simply the moment-by-moment choice to be awake. You will fall asleep again. You will get lost in thought. That's okay. The moment you realize you were lost, you are found. The realization asterisk is asterisk the enlightenment. Don't judge yourself for wandering. Just gently come back. Come back 1,000 times a day. Each return is a victory. Each return strengthens the neural pathway of presence. Let's talk about the space between. Look at the objects in your room. Now look at the space asterisk between asterisk the objects. We usually ignore the space, but the space is what holds everything. Look at the sky. Don't look at the stars. Look at the blackness that holds the stars. When you focus on the space, your mind expands. It becomes spacious. Your problems seem smaller when placed in a vast space. You are not the furniture of your life. You are the room. You are the space in which your thoughts occur. You are vast. We are afraid of death because we haven't fully lived. The fear of death is actually the fear of an unlived life. If you live fully today, if you love, if you taste, if you are present, you go to bed satisfied. If you live fully every day, when the end comes, you will be satisfied. I ate the whole meal. I didn't leave anything on the plate. Don't leave life on the plate. Consume it. Devour the beauty. Don't save the good perfume. Use it. Don't save the love. Give it. Empty yourself out. That is how you defeat death. By living so totally that there is nothing left to take. Let's return to the breath. The breath is a wave. It rises and falls. It is the rhythm of the universe. Ride the wave. You don't have to force the breath. It breathes you. Trust the intelligence of the body. It knows how to keep you alive. You can relax. You are being breathed by a power greater than yourself. As we approach the end of this journey, I want you to make a vow. Not a heavy vow, but a joyful one. Vow to be a friend to the present moment. Treat the now as a guest. Whatever comes, joy or sorrow, welcome it. Rumi said, the dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. When you stop fighting your life, you start living it. The war is over. You can put down your weapons. You can sit by the fire. You are here. You are alive. You are conscious. That is the miracle. You don't need anything else to be happy. Happiness is not adding to you. It is revealing you. You are the happiness you have been looking for. If this message has rung a bell in your heart, if it has woken you up even a little bit, stay with us. Subscribe to this channel. Let us be your daily alarm clock. Let us remind you to open your eyes. The world is beautiful. If you are there to see it, don't miss the show. Now, take one final deep breath. Inhale the future. Exhale the past. Rest in the now. Open your eyes. Look around. Welcome to your life.